They said you backed into a tree.
You're looking at it, so.
Okay, so did you back into a tree?
A night to remember. The Florida night sky hung dark and quiet, starless above the quiet parking lot. Orange streetlights cast long shadows, occasionally interrupted by the flickering red and blue of a patrol car's lights. A young woman stood nervously in front of the cruiser, her eyes glassy and her stance uncertain. Her name hadn't been mentioned yet, but the story in her expression was already unfolding: uncertainty, anxiety, and a fading trace of alcohol. "They said you backed into a tree," the officer said, her voice calm but firm. "You see it, right?" The woman blinked slowly, looking at the battered tree with its bark peeled off. I didn't. I was just trying to go home." The officer tilted her head slightly. "So the damage to your car didn't come from this tree?" The woman didn't answer directly. "I'm just trying to get home." A chunk of bark lodged into her rear bumper told a different story. The officer sighed and stepped closer. "Can I see your ID, please?" The woman fumbled in her purse. Yeah, of course. "I'm sorry. It's okay," the officer replied gently. She took the ID and glanced it over. "There are some concerns that you might be under the influence. Have you had anything to drink tonight?" The woman nodded, reluctantly. "Yeah, I have." "How much did you drink?" "Probably 2 drinks. "At what time?" "What time is it now?" 10 o'clock. "Then maybe 8. The officer excused herself and walked over to speak with a witness nearby. A man stood a few feet away, holding a cigarette, his demeanor relaxed but attentive. "You saw her hit the tree?" "Yeah, she was parked here for a few minutes. I looked away and heard a loud bump. When I turned back, she'd backed right into the tree. There's still wood stuck in her bumper. And I asked her to move forward, she did. She was behind the wheel. If I arrest her for DUI, would you be willing to testify in court that she was the driver?" "Yes, sir. No problem." The officer returned to the woman, now standing with her arms crossed tightly. "Ma'am, I have a witness who saw you driving and striking the tree. So before I can let you go, I need to make sure you're okay to drive." "Fair enough." She nodded. "Yeah, okay. Come over to the front of my vehicle." She followed slowly, shoes scuffing on the asphalt. The officer retrieved a flashlight and began the field sobriety test. "I'm going to shine this above your eyes. Keep your head still and follow the light only with your eyes. Understand?" The woman tried her best. Her movements were sluggish, her head tilted slightly even though she was instructed not to move it. The officer gently corrected her several times. "Don't move your head, ma'am." After the eye test, the officer continued. "Now we'll do a balance test, called a one-leg stand. You'll raise one leg about 6 inches off the ground and count out loud, 1001, 1002, until I tell you to stop." The woman looked at the ground, unsure. "This doesn't feel like level ground. Would you like to move to a better spot?" "I don't know. This is fine, I guess." She attempted to follow instructions but kept hesitating. "That sounds really hard," she admitted. "Even my daughter can't do that. You just need to try. It's meant to test your balance." The woman sighed. "I don't think I can do that." "Okay, then we'll try something else, the finger-to-nose test." Again, the woman was asked to stand straight, feet together, arms at her sides. The officer explained the instructions. "Close your eyes, tilt your head back, and touch your nose with your index finger when prompted, left or right." She tried to comply, her fingers fumbling slightly with each command, left, right, left, right. After the final test, the officer let her relax. "Okay, I'm going to read you your Miranda rights. You're not under arrest right now, but I have to do this before asking further questions." The woman nodded, barely audibly. "Sure." The officer read the rights slowly and clearly. "With those rights in mind, do you want to answer my questions?" The woman hesitated. "That feels like a trick question. It's yes or no." "Can I ask about my car?" "Let's not worry about that now. Do you want to answer questions, yes or no?" "I just want to go home and sleep," she murmured. The officer took a step back. "At this time, you are being placed under arrest for DUI. You are clearly under the influence." As the cuffs were tightened gently around her wrists, the woman's shoulders dropped. Her head dipped toward her chest as she whispered, "I didn't think my night would end like this." The patrol car's lights spun silently into the night. The broken tree stood still, quiet, bearing witness to yet another moment where consequences met circumstance, and a single choice unraveled a quiet night into something unforgettable.
To lift. As such, you're going to lift your foot, point straight out, and you're going to count out loud for me. You're going to be able to pick, so it's whichever one you're more comfortable with. When you pick it up and you hold it, it's going to be about 6 inches off the ground, or about the size of a Coke can.
Okay.
Go back to starting position for me with your feet together. All the way together. They have to be touching.
I don't even do this even in gymnastics. Okay.
Your feet have to be all the way together, okay?
Okay.
They're still not all the way together. They have to be touching. Your feet have to be touching, man.
I don't
There
do
you go.
this
Now you got
even in
it.
gymnastics. Okay.
Okay. Just hold that position for me. So you'll lift your foot about 6 inches off the ground or the size of a Coke can. You'll hold that until I tell you to stop.